Hello, comrades, and welcome back to the city of Revergrad. The city of Revergrad is once again on its own because all of my focus has been on the new city of Revergrad, more or less. Actually, that's not totally true. I did come by and check not too long ago that we still had teachers in most places. One of the places we're getting a little bit weak is here. We only have 16 teachers, so we're not getting a lot of teachers into this school. So what I would like to do is pause it for a second. This will be one of the few maintenance kind of things that we do. And I think we're going to, let's just take two, this house doesn't have any educated people, right? So I want to take them up to the gulag. And we're just going to take most of these people out of this house rather than putting in too many people. We have too many people. So we're just going to get rid of a few while we have the opportunity. And then we will get rid of a few from this house as well. So the problem is, if you look, we're shuffling our educated people out as well, right? So this house is now full. So let's close this off. And we can then zoom back down to this one. And before they actually leave, we can then take the educated people back out and put them back into here. Now, the reason I did two houses there was because I do want to grab, we'll grab a few people from here and we'll not necessarily fill those up, but let's see, where do we... I've noticed that you definitely do get more educated people closer to the school, so this one will have 28 in it. The further away from the school. There was a comment from, I think, SB Gaming. Sorry if give the wrong person credit, but I think it was him that said, try to get people that are, take people from the unspecified. At this point, I'm not sure how much it matters, just because they'll fill in the regular educated population. But here's one that's, they're just going to the asphalt and concrete plant. Probably a waste to have them set up like that. But there's 43, so it just saves us a few extra buildings. There you go. And then 52 here, unspecified. So that should be plenty of people. And let's just grab somebody. One of the things that definitely seems to be true is that they'll move from their neighbors, right? So this coal mine one, like, they'll only go in walking distance, I think, when they are plus 21s. So I just want to take a couple extra people out of there if we have the room, just to get some of our plus 21s up here. Not, we probably have plenty of plus 21s in this area as well. But in any event, let's come here and I don't think, what am I doing? Oh, I grabbed the other one. I thought I was doing it. Never mind. There we go. Let's see, how many do we have here now? 68. So that's full. So, all right, so that's good enough. And then what I would want to do is, let's just take a few people out of here. It really doesn't make a lot of difference, but I'll just stick a few. That'll ease the population crunch ever so slightly down there, right? And they'll still have a few people that can walk over to here. But that should definitely get us all the teachers we need. Now, as far as this house goes, the others, yeah, see, that one could really use some people too, couldn't it? Yeah, and they're maxed out as well. Well, we'll come back. I think we're okay for the moment with 30. Like, we don't seem to be actually having problems, so let's get back to construction. And the reason for pausing all that is because people will move in on you before you get a chance. So as far as what's been going on, really not a whole lot. Let's go take a look here. I haven't looked exactly how the progress on our tunnels is going. And it's, we're not quite 20% maybe, 1/5 done those. How about this tunnel? Yeah, about 2/3. So we're making some progress. Now, the other thing, oops, is if we come here and look, we've made some good progress on the roads. One of the things I've done is it's the farming ski construction crew. I put 5 bulldozer or dump trucks in here, so kind of maximize this out. Now we're going to get into a bit of a problem here with, you know, these two interfering with each other a little bit, and I don't want them to interfere with the road. So I'm going to try to keep them working on this straight path and not let them go and start causing the road to have a railroad signal. I don't know what happens when they're in the middle of construction, but I'd like them to get this whole thing. That's a long stretch of road. I mean, that's as long a stretch. So that's great. Like it's been easy to maintain in the sense that they're just going right along. Look, they're almost done the gravel right now. So, and that's good too, because they got all the way down to here. So once they're down to here, I can start assigning some of this electrical work, which has kind of been a bit of a holdup. You know, the only thing that's happening over here is paving this road, well, and the rail. But so yeah, so there we go. So look at that, they're both in the same block. Okay, whatever, that worked. Whatever worked. Oh, because he probably got far enough along here. Surprised, I don't know, something happened there that was good, I think. At least he's going back to get more supplies, and you get the idea. All right, and he's going past this intersection at least. He didn't decide to turn, so good. So we're working on that, and the other thing I did get fired up was our gas station, and I now have a truck running back and forth. So that we're, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are stopping there, but at least we'll have fuel in the general vicinity when we start ramping up. Now, one of the things I wanted to do, not that we have a lot for them to do just yet, but this construction office is pretty much a full construction office, and just because they've been doing nothing, I'd like to move them up into here. And, you know, they have an excavator, pavers. They don't have a roller in there, which is slightly strange. I think I would like to, well, I don't know that it matters. Yeah, I think I'd like to make them, you know, like a balanced construction office, meaning they would have the stuff to build buildings. But it's at some level, it's just to get more equipment up in this area. I didn't do this before because we can always take people out if they get overcrowded, right? Yeah, there we go. So let me open up a few of these just for the sake of... So if nothing else, they can throw their weight behind whatever construction project's going on in the area. And we can fine-tune it as we get specific projects going. All right, so it's takes them a little while to get out of their thing. So let's open up a few more. The asphalt paver, I think I'm not going to take that right now. Definitely these dump trucks are going to be useful up this way. Yeah, there's no reason we can't set 2 construction companies here. And I should probably, let's leave, well, you know what? That's a big mixer. Let's get the big mixer up here. And I'll get a covered haul. We'll see what ends up here. I'm going to leave 2 vehicles in there because we had 2 vehicles in here to start. And again, I think we're just going to move more people around eventually and figure out what's the best. But for now, you know, at least we could do something like, well, I guess the next thing we need to do is assign this kind of stuff. So if they're going to get workers, they're going to need to get them from here. And if they're going to get ag gravel, no, I'll send them down to here because I don't want them that road. Well, they would probably go this way. Yeah, that's, I guess this is the closest, isn't it? Can they get in and out of there? No problem. Yeah, it's a dirt road, but yeah, let's send them there. Why not, right? And then as far as an asphalt plant, they'll have to come over here. Concrete here. Steel. And boards. Good. So now components they can get from here. There. So like I said, even though they may not be the best suited, we'll have fuel for them so that, I didn't want them, it's a little bit far away, but at least when they need to be refueled, they can just come over to here, and that won't be a huge trip for the slow vehicles. Like, see, right now we kind of have this problem. But now, fortunately, this is where this being a big, long project is a good thing, because that guy will get back and refueled and reset before anything's needed. So if you do a lot of small projects, then they don't get back, and then you end up not having a vehicle on the next project for a while. So good. So we're making railroads, we're making other things. But the reason I came back when I did, as stated in the last episode, was we now have a construction office over here. Now, we don't have an extra excavator that I found, though I didn't look in Revergrad, and I don't need to be such a cheapskate with these things. But yeah, no, there's no construction vehicles either in the depot or in the thing. Good. That's why I didn't look in there, because some subconscious part of my brain remembered that. But let's go ahead and get an American thing. Oh wait, we don't. Oh wait, excavator. Oh, that little one. Let's see what our excavator options are. Yeah, no, I want speed level 20. There we go. All right, so now we have an excavator in there. And I don't think they'll leave for fuel, but yeah, I'd rather not pause it if I don't have to, because I'd like to keep them working on this road. So hopefully we don't run into an issue in the next 30 seconds. And I'd like to talk about two things. One is, this is Iron Mountain. So if we come here, the reason I named it that, for those of you who might forget wrong side, is we have iron. This is a good iron location, all the way up into here. So I'm just doing this because I don't want to build where we even might, there's a little bit of iron over here. Right, so I mean, this is just a nice, probably way more iron than we need. And then there's nothing here in this open land, but then there is this is like probably one of the best iron places I've seen on the map. I'm not going to call it the best, but you could put a number of great iron mines here, and they're not up on a mountain, which is, I mean, they're up on a hill, but that's not the same as being all the way up on a mountain. So good chance that if we did iron production, it would come from here. Now, we'd have to bring coal in. There's no great coal source right in this area, but, we're getting to be a big enough country, we can afford rails. But keeping that in mind, it would mean we'd want this is where we would tend to have coal in this area. There may be coal someplace else that we might bring in. I haven't really looked all down and through there for coal. And I'm not that worried about planning everything out. I just don't want to put a construction office and then turn around, go, oh, darn, I need to move it. If we can kind of find a place for this next construction office, that would be great, So, in any event, that is our goal, is to get another construction office in here. And I think in order to do that, we're going to need to cross this river. So what I'm thinking is I kind of go this way about as far as I can. Now, the reason I pointed all that iron field out over here, and like if we had a rail, I think it would tend to come right through this valley, right? So we want to make sure we don't block this too much with our construction office. And we're going to probably have more construction offices like this way. This is just it's going to be a central and core part of our building, but I could picture another construction office coming in on the other side of Electrical City kind of thing as we go to push out whatever other construction plans like the steel. So what I would tend to do for that reason is want to put it further. If you picture a road straight from there down here, I would tend to want to put it further this way. So I'm thinking not a mini construction office, but compared to the other one, just sort of the minimum, where we can get things in and out, but not, it's not going to be like as big as all of this, where we have 10 tons of stuff. For now, we just need to see if we can even push that far, right? So let's go ahead and bulldoze Let me zoom in so you guys can see. And let's turn on our wireframe while we're in this mode. There we go. All right, good. So now we do have a bit of an issue. I'm going to level this. I think we're better off with this bridge being a little higher than lower. So I'm going to get our leveling tool and bring this up so that this bridge is a little more natural, I think. That bridge is higher. We don't have any shipping issues these days, do we? But who knows? You know, I've never really tried to level into a river. Can you? I would think you can. Yeah, no, it's, if you can, it's, because otherwise you could just, why don't we just level across the river, right? All right, that seems pretty good. Now, so let's build a road. Well, you know what, let's build the bridge first. Concrete bridge. Yeah, well, concrete bridge, or this one seems to make the same amount. Now, yeah, let's go for a concrete bridge, just because we have a concrete plant closer to this construction, and if it doesn't make any real difference. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Let's put it right in the middle of this block here. So, like, let's say, like, right there to, like, right there. Good. Now let's see, connect that up with a paved road. And I don't see any reason in the world I wouldn't commit to that right away. Let's make sure we can get a road off this end. Good. All right, and the reason I want to commit to that right away, because, let's see, not because, we can set this guy immediately to working on that for us. And then at least somebody else is busy. Most of our construction stuff is busy at this moment. So now I want to jump over to the railroads just because we can. And I want to start taking these a little bit further this way. So let's actually level some of this a bit. I don't want these too close to each other, just for the reasons I mentioned in previous episodes, where when you get right on top of each other, it's a little harder to branch off of the railroad tracks. Now, at some point, I would definitely picture a connecting road. I'm sorry, let me finish this so I can show you. There we go. That's pretty good. About what I was thinking. Yeah, so we don't need that open. I could definitely picture a road coming from over here, because we're going to need one. I don't know if we'll need it, but I could definitely picture a road coming around this way, or a railway. Obviously, we have this hill right here, so I definitely want to try to keep this stuff separated, but at the same time, you know, I'm not going to go nuts, because we'll probably have might have a whole mess here anyway, right? I'm not going to plan that out for now. And I don't even need to get too much into these railroad tracks, so I can't see that it's... Are you? Yeah, you're connected. So yeah, well, let's come out straight a little bit. I think it'll look a little nicer. There we go. And then we'll start very gradual bend. Oh, you know what? Let's do something else. All right, now let's build the bridges, because the bridge could go from like here, say, railway bridge. You know, where would it, you know, like say we build it from here to there. Now, can we do another one right next to it on this side? There we go. All right, that's giving them a little bit of a gap in there. I don't know if it's enough, but it's probably as much as we can expect here. When we get across the river, we'll start separating them a bit more. Let's go to about here. like there. Will that make a nice... a little bit janky, but... There. All right, well, if we ever get done these, how are these two doing? Yeah, they're... yeah, don't expect a railroad over here immediately. We might be better off building a track across here to get in, but again, eventually we'll have railroad bridges. All right, so that's all set up. Let's just commit to that. And I don't think I'm gonna, well, yeah, you know what, we'll plan it further just because. Now, when it comes to this road, yeah, we want to stay out of there. So I'm thinking like right up here we should sort of shoot for, but I don't have a problem if that road comes straight or even, oop, that's the wrong one. There we go. So if the road comes like kind of straight up this mess here, and then the railroad track, yeah, I think the railroad track kind of comes straight, but again, I want to separate them out a little bit more. So let's go back to the roads for now and see what's possible. I don't want to get, how about like right along here? You know, this looks like a, so if we were to have the road there, that'll keep it pretty far away from the railroad tracks, even if the railroad tracks were the ones that went straight. So let's see, can we, is that connected? Yeah. Let's step that back to like here, and then let's come from where this is level up to about there, and then let's come back down this way. Come like straight in here for now. And I'd like to go, if we brought a rail in this way, right? Say one day we have a railroad that does come in this way somehow. I'd like to bring this guy across at what might be 90 degrees to the rail, right? It probably doesn't matter, to be honest with you. But like, to see what I'm saying, like if we had another road or a rail coming this way, now we have a better chance of getting a good angle on it. Okay, so let's see about, well, you know what, let's commit to what we've done so far. We can always delete it. But at least if we, yeah, take out that mountain. Now, another thing we could talk about someplace over in this general vicinity is gravel. It wouldn't cost us that much. It might be the kind of thing we could work on this side of things, right? All right, so you're not like in yellow there the whole way, are you? Well, look at that. We're kind of going up on a hill, All right, so let's go and, yeah, take you down. There you go. That's just for the sake of making it not look completely awkward. There we go. Oh, turn yellow or red. Thank you. Oh yeah. Taking out the mountain. Nice. All right, so now let's see what happens when we come back up the other way. I just want to do one more thing before we build this. Let's go from like here. Oh, you're red pretty quick there, weren't you? Yeah, see, some of it turns red because you're trying to build right next to another. There you go. Once we get that part down, can we go a little further? How about if we go way far? Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. It's funny that you could do it here, but you can't do it where it looks like it would be easier. There we go. It's a little bit different than I was expecting to have happen, but there we go. All right, now we're up into this area, so now it's a matter of let's go check on this road real quick. Yep, now we're making good progress. How about our railroad tracks? I assume I don't see anybody working. Why is no one working? Oh, there goes one. You need bricks. You're not actually having a brick problem, are you? No, just they're just why are they? Do we not have a brick truck going over there? What are you doing? I don't know. I mean, I don't think they would be waiting for... No, here's a brick truck here. So this is the problem when they don't have a place to stop. You can't... It would be much better if they could just stop when they had parking spaces, you know? All right, well, anyway, we're making progress there. And then we do have... Yeah, these guys all made it up here. Well, except for maybe one. I don't know. Or did we just not assign everybody? Well, we'll give them some more time. I'm not too anxious about that. All right, so now, like I said, I think I'd like to... Well, I don't know that it matters that much. Are we ever... Well, see, I don't want to get near Iron Mountain. And who knows where exactly we'll build steel. Probably up on here, but yeah, I think either straight ahead or slightly to this direction. So let's just do some straight ahead road. And then we'll see where we go from there, right? So if we build a road more or less straight ahead, why don't we put in like another crossroad? Yeah, for now it would go here. I'm going to go a little bit further with this. And then, oh, we need a free excavator. Okay, so, oops. Kind of went poorly. There we go. So where can we excavate to? Because that may sort of decide things. Now let's commit to the road a bit. And yeah, we definitely have one in here, right? Oh, look. Yeah, but see, this is the problem with leaving them, where they're, can go get fuel when you're not paused. Is this guy out of fuel? Just about. All right, so where is this guy at? Yeah, see, he's driving. Oh no, he's. Really, you're paving that road? I didn't. Oh, look, auto search. Oops. Okay, well that's one of the mistakes we make, right? Cancel assignment, cancel assignment. I'm just gonna pause it so nobody goes to get fuel. And well, no, you know what? Let's just see what happens. Let's see. No, they don't seem to be close enough to a fuel station to go, or else they'd be leaving by now, I think. All right, good enough. All right, so now was it just an issue of, or are we too far away, or was it because I didn't have a? No, we need an excavator. Okay. So where do we not need an excavator? Let's see. Level terrain. No. How about if we... No. So it looks like we're going to need another... You know what? I would want to do it probably like right over here. I don't want to... Well, we could do it like here. Can we level here? Yes. How about here? How about here? No. Okay. Let's zero in a bit. Yep, we can do it there, there, not there. So what does this spot look like relative? Yeah, that's, I don't think that would ever be in the way of too much, right? Because we have a nice pathway for things to come around. Maybe we would come around this way, but even if we did, let's tuck, you know, construction and maybe even a gas station over here. So let's go back to construction offices. And if we can, I'd like to not have it cause a, you know, let's spin it around till we get it nice and lined up. Here, I'm going to zoom in. Nice and lined up with the road like that. And we'll put it as close as we can. There. And then let's go back to roads. Sorry, I just had like a complete blank moment. Roads, and then I want to put in a gas station, and I would probably put that guy like right there. And then once this road gets completed, and you know what I want to do? Yeah, let's delete this one. And we'll rethink it once more things get built. So let's turn off our wireframe. And nice. So we've made another progress. It's going to be, you know, the bridge will take a little bit extra long. One of the questions would be, no, I know we could buy more construction vehicles. It wouldn't be a big issue. But I think these guys will be pretty effective in dragging stuff across here. Look, you can see they've only got a few vehicles that aren't being used at this moment, so they're being used effectively. And then this guy has a what? A paver and a open haul. So is it like? Yeah, I don't think. Let's see. I would rather just put an open haul up here for now, right? Yeah, I don't see one in there at all. So we must have missed this guy. So we'll put that guy. Depot is full. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, he kind of needs an open haul, doesn't he? Yeah, I mean, if he's going to be a regular construction crew. So that... Did we put a road depot down here? I think we're definitely going to want one, huh? Where would we put a road? Will one fit in between these power lines? And no. We could move those power lines slightly, couldn't we? I think that would fit in if we would have fit. It wouldn't fit in this way. I don't really necessarily need it right there. This is going to need a road. Yeah, so if I... Yeah, you know what? This is going to need a road attached here eventually anyway. So will this. So why don't we put it... Well, we can get it awful close to that road, can't we? You know, spin it around more. It's still not really lined up with that road. No, that's worse. That's pretty good. Let's push it back. Yeah, you know what, let's try to put it right in the middle. We might be able to get a road out both sides of this. Not that it'll make much difference, but... There we go. So now we have a road depot down here as well. So once we get attached, we can probably do that. Let's see, you know what, we could probably... Nah, building in the way. No, that's all right. As long as we can get it out here, yeah, we'll be able to... One way or the other, we'll be able to attach. I'll put a road here, and then this is going to need at least a road. What the heck is that for? Oh, yeah, the warehouse definitely going to want a road. So we'll get those roads attached after this one is fully built. What are we doing here? Are we jamming each other up? Why are you sitting on red? Probably because you're jamming yourself up, aren't you? So let's go over to railroad tracks. So this is like a feedback loop here. Like, in other words, it's sensing itself, blocking itself. See that? So it's like attached here, and then it's attached ahead. So we need to try to shove in a signal or two, like there and there. And see, now it's not feeding from this block into that block. Now, can we get another one here and here? And then, yeah, these signals are a bit, oh, look, see, it's doing the same thing here. So it's feeding into this one, and then it's coming back down to the feed there. So if we put that there, it'll turn it green and green. And again, those aren't permanent, but they'll at least keep us constructing. And then we probably need to do, let's just do the same thing here while we're thinking about it. And then, yeah, that should be getting them going. Good. All right, well, let me pause the video for a few minutes. We're well into this one, but I'd like to, at least get some more construction started in this video. And if I just sit here rambling on, we won't. I'd like to see this done and maybe even pick what we're going to work on first. I don't know if there's a priority, but I'll think about it and welcome your comments. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch up with your comments. I will be getting a little bit ahead on the videos this week, so I may not be able to catch all the comments. But anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. I wanted to show you what 5 dump trucks in a thing really makes a big difference. It's nice to see all the asphalt. Now, I don't know if we actually have enough asphalt here, but we should have close. Like, it still says we need 51, but hopefully, if we do need a little bit more to finish this road, we would have it. But I wanted to just come in here and show you what's been going on so we don't get too far ahead of the construction. All of our electrical stuff has been taken care of. By the way, I'm sitting here, and I just closed that for some unknown reason. And I've just been looking at, the progress of each office. Like, this one's getting close to being done, the construction office, which is great. Now, I don't think in this episode, even though we're going to get this construction office done, I think I would like to just keep progressing before we start designing any more. Like, we will be able, to get a, what do you call it down here? Excavator and bulldozer, and start planning out more where we would put some houses to get, some people down here. And heck, we're going to be pretty close to being able to plan out some Revergrad stuff, new Revergrad stuff. But I'd like to just, before we really do or able to do any of that, I really want to get, supplies down here. It's becoming an issue with people, and everything's coming from all the way over there. So the slightest little hiccup, one of the other things I've been working on is these railroads. Well, just the fact that I would block the road would stop the workers from getting down here, and then, they'd still be sitting on the bus, but their travel time would expire, and then they wouldn't go anywhere. Oh, it looks like we're done this one. So I'm trying to been sending these guys out where they don't interfere with each other too much. So let's come back here, and yeah, it's not a perfect system, but in other words, this guy, let's keep going. Yeah, see, he's going back on that track because he's done. So it's the guy on this track is coming down and coming into here, right? He's on call it the right-hand side track. Well, the guy that's coming in and out the left track is now the one, say he came in and out the left track here. So that way they don't head on into each other. And then so what we'll do is I'll pick the left track here, right? Because this is the one that's done. And I'll start sending him up into here. This will be that's just a mess, but we'll see. I would worry about it more if this wasn't, quote, just a construction office. Like, eventually, it may be quite a while from now, there won't be any trains in and out of here, right? Like, we could almost, at some point in the way future, we could almost get rid of this, depending on how things go. And we could always move it to some other location. It's not like we're not rolling in the dough, money's not an issue. It's just a matter of building and the time it takes to build. So So in any event, here we are. We're progressing quite nicely on the railroad tracks. This guy, is not really a good paving crew, but rather than having him do nothing, I figured we need to get that done. And the reason we need to get all that done is because I still don't have any power here. So my next big priority, and if you remember, I think we need to get this one done first, because this one would power up, but I think it only powers up to like here. I forget whether, well, no, this wasn't here. So I think it does do the construction office, but this one doesn't do the gas station, which is really the one you need to power at more. And I can't build, like if I try to assign this one, let's just say, because this guy was working on power lines, it doesn't connect. So I need to get this road done up to here where I can build this substation at that point. And now this is one of those roads that we'll probably hang out for the episode, at least till this guy gets done paving this road and rollering it. And then we'll destroy a lot of this road so we can make like one big construction project out of it. Probably, why does that road go up to there? Oh, does this guy need to connect? And I didn't, yeah, let's see. Well, let's go over the roads. I'm just kind of forgetting where, yeah, there you go. So I'd like to try to make this, not so many different little constructions. And it really makes a difference when you're paving for this distance. Now, the only other thing to say, we might want to just complete this first, right? But I don't want to interrupt this construction, get that all done. Definitely we'll have the road going further straight. So it's definitely, but you know what I'm saying there. It just, when you're constructing this far away, that stuff really starts making a difference. When you can get all 5 trucks rolling in on a big project, all 5 dump trucks, that certainly makes a difference. One other thing that just popped into my head, like random thoughts often do, is I did post, I think on the last couple videos, the specs for my machine. Steve had asked during our live stream, what were the specs, and there you go. So, it's a pretty nice computer. It's getting to be a couple years old now, but certainly I don't think it's not a toaster oven, it does the trick. Guess we can even get this guy attached pretty shortly, and there's no reason not to attach him, huh? Yeah, we can get this attached. So I think probably just come out straight that way, right? Straight this way, and then this guy needs to get attached as well. And I don't think, no, we're not gonna, oh yeah, look at that. I don't like that though. All right, so let's see if we can't do something like that. Yep, there you go. Then let's delete this little bit. And then probably would do something similar here, actually. Can I get that to attach? Yep. And then let's delete. I know that's not totally different, but I don't know. That big loop seemed like it took up a lot of space. I could probably even push that up this way if we thought we could put something in here, but I don't think, needing a road, I don't think we're really going to get much significant in this area. Yeah. All right, so let's commit to that. So that'll be some more roads that we can work on in the near future. What other roads? Yeah, this one, say this one's a nice big long construction project, and then we'll get each of these attached after this is built. And hopefully once we get, that's going to be a long project preventing us from getting this done. We might even consider just getting that connected, but really it's this one that I want to get connected ASAP, because I would like to have once we have a gas station here, then I feel comfortable moving in a bunch of the construction equipment at that point. So, all right, so let's close this and see how are we doing. Is everybody working? No. So Project North doesn't have a construction project. I don't want them to work on this because I don't want the gas station in place until we have power for it. So what else can they work on? Not a whole lot until we get some more roads in here, right? So you know what, just to have them doing something as opposed to nothing, why don't we just get them to work on that little piece of road? They should be fine. They don't have, well, they have 2 dumpers. That's really what they need. But they're coming from a pretty long distance. Everybody is. And even these guys are closer, but every time they have to go get materials, they need to drive all the way back to get it. So everything's coming from a distance, no matter which one of these guys is working on it. So there you go. So I think I'm going to call it an episode here, even though, you know, again, not the longest episodes I've ever made, but in between I will, you know, get this road attached. And, well, you know what, we did say we would wait. Now, let's fast forward a little bit and let's go take a look at what else is going on around, and then hopefully this road will be done by the time we get there. So let's close the other construction offices just to keep a nice view, and we'll keep an eye on this. They don't, you know, getting people down here. At least I'm happy that they're still able. If you look, they did bring a lot of people, right? So it's you know, the biggest concern is that you get so far away you can't even bring buses of people in anymore. So the other big thing I've kind of been keeping an eye on is this bridge, and it looks like we're getting down to almost the last stage there, where we're paving, and then we'll have to roller it, but we'll be able to start building across this way and getting this road done. So I'll keep up on that, sort of a bit of a side project. Once in a while, I have been sticking my head out and seeing, you know, how these guys were doing. And I did go around and just look at the town and make sure it was still there. It is. I didn't, you know, in my little flybys, I didn't see any massive issues. Our train seemed to be, you know, like there goes our corn train. How is our corn resources? Well, we're still at 11 million, so it's not like we're getting rid of so much. One of the things we might want to do here, though, I noticed I have an awful lot of trucks coming in and out of here. But then again, we are backing up. Once this gets fully backed up, we'll stop using so much steel here. But I think we're kind of sucking up all the steel that we make. Well, then again, look, we still have some. So we're doing okay. Here is my gauge for the steel. And when you look at this yard, see, we're filling this yard up. So this is the one that's using the most steel for construction. Now, the other side of filling that up is we really haven't been, we use a little bit for the tracks, but we're going to use quite a bit more steel in the near future here, right? Like just building all these different buildings. So we'll see. Oh, good, we're done. Okay, so let's slow it down again. So what I'd like to do, yeah, I think I was gonna, well, let's set this up to be a nice construction project. So let's come over to our road tool and boom, I got rid of a lot. Yeah, see, this is all, it's all fine that gets attached, but is that a road or is that the, oh, you know what, I might not have wanted to do that, but I guess we'll work it out eventually one way or the other. Yeah, so let's get, well, that can stay there, and I'm not going to mess with this because it looks like it's coming through some conveyor, or no, so the pipe, yeah, so I don't want to mess with that one. And I won't mess with this one because it has the pipe over it as well. But I think we can come in here and, yeah, let's come. Good. Now let's commit to that. Should make it one big long thing. But then I'm just going to attach, well, let's, yeah, like that. I might as well attach this one to the same place. And that saved, you know, more than you kind of realize with the distance. So, all right, so now this guy, Farming Ski, can work on that. And then once that road's done, we can get this substation and wiring done. And that will mean that the gas station can get powered up. It might even power up the thing. I don't know. I paid more attention to this distance from here than it might power up the... it doesn't really matter if the construction's powered up. But anyway, as long as we get that gas station powered up, then we can move a construction crew in. And again, until we get people here, things are going to be slow, and supplies. So, but we'll keep plugging away. But like I said, I think that's a good thing to start in the next episode. So expect me to have completed enough of this, you know, I'll get this gas station worked on. Probably once the gas station's in, or even before then, you know, I'll come back in the next episode and we can start figuring out where we're going to put our little town, you know, just a starter town, I guess you could call it, for New Revergrad. It'll be one of the suburbs in the long run of New Revergrad. All right, guys. Well, once again, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.